Are you guys ready? You're on? Okay. Cool. I never opened my eyes till now. I never really realized till now if there was ever any questioning how. And I now I never held my head till now. I never even seen my bed till now. Of all the raking in the dark, it was just a little spark till now. And you got some kind of sweetness tied up in that string I've been tugging on and bottom pulling out. I never honored my past till now. I never even tried to run fast till now. There's been no comfort in the sounds till now. You've been looking through the window till now. You've been waiting for that window to come down, but it's not like that. No, it'll never be like that. Not now. You got some kind of sweetness tied up in that string I've been tugging on, but I'm pulling out. I said I'm pulling out. You got some kind of sweetness tied up in that string I've been tugging on, but I'm pulling now.
So you just got done with South by Southwest, right?
Mm-hmm.
And did a show here last night in San Francisco.
Yep.
Cool. And getting ready to release this album, which I hear you kind of went to Joshua Tree and did some woodshedding to write it. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, I'd never been to Joshua Tree before, and I was trying to figure out how to sort of start the process of like a new record. And I had a dream that I went out to Joshua Tree for a month, and I'd never been there, so I woke up the next day, and it was like the first place that I found, I think on, I don't know, Airbnb or something, and just did it. Went out there for a month. Was sort of planning not to see humans for a while. I was like, want a break from people. I'm just gonna go and like, also like the expansiveness of Joshua Tree. I feel like being in a city, sometimes I can get like aurally overwhelmed by noises, and out there it's just silent, there's nothing. So yeah, I went out and it just immediately, the first night I was there, I think I wrote Desert Call, a song off the record. And then after 2 weeks, I started missing humans and ended up going to like the open mic night at the Joshua Tree Saloon and meeting everyone in town. And but yeah, it just sort of happened the way it did in my dream.
Did you bring this guitar with you?
No, I hadn't met this guitar yet.
Tell me a little bit about how you found it.
I was going on tour with Karen O to play guitar in her band for her solo album Crush Songs, and I needed an acoustic, and so Gibson invited me to come to the showroom and play through all of their stuff. And as soon as I picked up this guitar, it's the Emmylou Harris model. As soon as I picked her up, I knew that we were meant to be together.
So tell me a little about the process of writing the album, and do you write on acoustic guitar? Is that kind of how you start? I know you also play some piano.
Yeah, I write on piano, I write on acoustic. I think with Desert Call, it started off as more like a vocal loop in my head. It was the oh, and I was just sort of singing that over and over, and then came up with the little sort of like complemented that.
I know you started playing guitar young in Detroit, right? And singing in church?
Yeah.
What was your first guitar?
Oh, well, my grandmother, before she passed away, gave me this like really crappy classical guitar that I have no idea what, like I couldn't even tune it, and the pegs are so rusted that it was like, I'd break a string every time I tried to tune it. But I tried to play that, and then I got, I think I had a Samick, which was it's still at my parents' house, and I try to play it sometimes. It's so hard to play. I have no idea how I did that as a 14-year-old, but that's what I learned on. And yeah, I started playing piano when I was 6. I mean, I've been singing for as long as I can recall. But I started teaching myself guitar. I went on this missions trip to Russia when I was 14, and another girl there had a guitar, and she taught me 2 Cranberries songs. She taught me Zombie and Linger. Those are like the first 2 songs I ever learned how to play. And I came home and I'd been, bitten by the bug and borrowed my uncle. I think he had this like beautiful old Martin. Borrowed that and just started printing out any song that I knew from the internet, any cover that I knew, and just teaching myself that way. Because I knew piano and I knew some theory, but it's a different beast, and it's painful when you're learning acoustic.
Oh, yeah.
I remember like when I first started developing calluses, I remember being in like science class, they'd have those, I don't know what their tables are made out of, like slate. I remember I started hearing my fingers were getting hard and feeling so like I really accomplished something when my calluses finally started to develop. But yeah, I don't know, I just fell in love with the acoustic.
And completely self-taught, I hear.
Yeah.
What other songs did you learn when you were young? What were your favorites to play?
Oh, I don't know. I can't remember. It's a lot of Motown. There's probably some Sarah McLachlan in there. It was the late 90s, you guys.
Yeah. That's when I was in high school too. Yeah. So that's why I'd ask.
But literally everything, whatever I could figure out. And I think that's really, I've taught kids. I worked in an after-school program for a while where I taught music, and I always find it encouraging that just learn songs that you love. I feel like you get bored and sometimes turned off to music when it's just pounding theory and, triads and scales and stuff. Like if you can just sit down and learn a song you love, not only do you learn how to play the guitar, but you also learn about songwriting, getting into someone else's craft and how they build it. And if you want a lover, I'll do anything you ask me to. And if you want another kind of love, I wear a mask for you. If you want a partner, take my hand. If you wanna strike me down in anger, here I stand. I'm your man. And if you want a boxer, I will step into the ring for you. And if you want a doctor, I'll examine every inch of you. If you want a driver, climb inside. If you only want to take me for a ride, you know you can. chain's too tight, the beast won't go to sleep. I've been running through these promises to you that I made, but I cannot keep. Oh, but a man never got a woman back, not by begging on his knees. So I call to you, baby, I fall at your feet, I'd howl at your beauty like a dog in heat. I'd claw at your heart, I'd tear at your sheets, I'd say, please, I'm your man. And if you wanna sleep for a while on the road, I will steer for you. And if you wanna walk the streets alone, I'll disappear for you. If you want a father for your child, if you only wanna walk with me wild across the sand, I'm your